Packgod, Lord of Corny by Flazefire. Okay, so I seen that this is apparently kind of like a content cop type of video on Packgod. I was watching the new More Pegasus video that talked about the situation. And I only listened to like the first 30 seconds to a minute to see just kind of what it was about. And yeah, I seen that it was kind of like that this video here by Flazefire is kind of like a content cop that exposes Packgod's contents, and then Packgod made a response to it. So I guess I'm just gonna react to it here and see what we got over here with Flazefire versus Packgod. Alright, so it's a 20-minute video from Flazefire. It has 1.2 million views from 2 weeks ago. And Packgod dropped a comment. We'll be reading that after the video. But let's see what happens here.
Bruh, what did you say about funk, bruh? I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson with some moves I learned at anime high school. Transforms into Packgod. Shut your Google Chrome Dome home up, bruh. You look like the guy from Roblox. You appear to share characteristics with the Fortnite person. You somewhat bear resemblance to a character relating to the hit video game Minecraft.
Okay, I don't watch Packgod. I've seen like a video or two of his. It's not my type of content. I mean, probably if I was like 13 years old or something, maybe. But for what I'm saying, I didn't really have a problem with them, with the videos. I mean, of course, it's just like roasting to roast. But really, I had no issue with it. They were funny. Dude, whenever Packgod would pack some people just like in Discord calls on streams, that shit would be funny, man. Especially when he did it to EDP. That was like pure cinema right there, man. But I don't know, Packgod is funny. And obviously over here we got Flazefire mocking him in how he roasts people. So I guess that's the point that he's going to bring up here. Just like the way Packgod roasts people is just like some generic stuff type of thing. I don't know, but let's see.
Packgod is a YouTuber with a combined total of nearly 6 million subscribers and no lasting impact on internet culture apart from post-ironic mocking. He is a 5'1" white rapper, okay, and I mean that in the negative connotation, who rose to fame through the extremely epic, definitely not cringe art of Discord packing. Since you're more than likely over the age of 12, this term might seem quite alien to you, so let me put it in a way an adult can understand. If we look up the Flazopedia definition, packing, or to be packed, is the act of two or more unemployed people joining a Discord call and screaming insults they just heard at the playground during recess at each other in order to see who is the best packer. It's just roasting. The Zoomers have invented a new word for roast battles.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they called it packing. Like, why change? Like, roasting was already a good enough word to use. I mean, what, do words just to get outdated now and then we come up with new words? So like with packing, like I remember when I was watching Internet Anarchist video on the Packgod situation where it was him versus the leg guy when they ran the Void channel. That was kind of like where I learned what packing was. I didn't even know it was like a thing necessarily because I never really heard anyone say it. But then Internet Anarchist said that packing basically means like roasting. It's like, so why not just call it roasting?
Keemstar was doing it on Blog TV nearly a decade
with his fucking hands up.
Ago. It was embarrassing back then. It's super embarrassing now.
No. What happened with Keemstar here? This was a crash out. I don't know if this was necessarily like roasting or packing. This was just like a textbook crash out right here. He was on Blog TV with his fucking hands up, and he wasn't starting that shit. And then you know the rest of what he says.
On Blog TV nearly a decade ago. It was embarrassing back then, it's super embarrassing now, because it's all facilitated through the Valorant e-dating app. If you get roasted epic enough, it spam ats everyone in your server with the Wumpus rope gif. And Packgod is the self-proclaimed god of the activity. Using his ability to say vaguely—
Wait, what's the background that he has here? The Wall of Flays, Tyler, Young Sheldon, Rice Gum, Keemstar, Wumpus, right? And then Ellis Mark. I've seen this guy's videos, they're pretty good. But Ellis Mark, I think that's his name. But yeah, I just seen Rice Gum add to color. Oh, the Pink Eye album, Pink Season.
And Packgod is the self-proclaimed god of the activity, using his ability to say vaguely insult-sounding sentences to amass an army of children that view him as a messiah of Sigma, a saint of slander, a pack god. But to everyone else, he is extremely corny. He really should be called Packgod. If you—
well, some of the roasts that he does could be corny, but I don't know. Like I said, like the one, I guess like for the people that deserve to get like roasted and stuff, like EDP, those are fucking funny, man.
What you're really seeing when you consume content from the Packgod channel
is a recording of a Discord call. And when you cut out the aids, it is extremely awkward.
Are you barking? Are you barking? No, you wanna get loud? Point me like a velociraptor. Stop.
Dude, the video that has this as the thumbnail, it's It's aura, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of aura. Like, I've seen it thumbnail, and it has like so many views.
Most of their reactions, from what you can glean through the barrage of bruh sound effects and Packgod's Packsona moving like the Incredible Gassy, is what I can only assume to be extreme confusion. They are not shocked into silence by his packing prowess. They are in a confused daze trying to piece together a single sentence as their brain is assaulted by a live feed of our dank memes.
Like Justin Bieber fused with a geometry dash square. To the modern personification of bling bling boy from Johnny Test.
Jack just seems like he's on his phone right there.
Yo, Blizzy, put your hands down. You look like a
What the fuck? Biggie Cheese.
Packgod's roasts are abysmal dog shit. They start off with basic insults about his opponent's appearance, or possibly their actions if they're a notorious enough figure, and then devolve into Madlib's nonsense extremely quickly.
Shut your ass up, don't talk, boy. But if you don't get your watch me whip, watch me nay nay, I got you running like take care of your grandma gave bling bling boy.
There's like whenever that one South Park episode about Family Guy with the manatees, it's just pick out a random ball and then use that as a cutaway, but here it's just like as a roast.
From Packgod versus Discord.
That's the one, dude. Look at this thumbnail, dude. Isn't that aura? And a 3-minute video, dude, got 12 million views from 2 years ago. 3-minute video, like, that's already hard enough because YouTube prioritizes long watch time, and they'll push that video out more, but this was just 3 minutes and it managed to get 12 million views.
If you look at who Packgod chooses to target for his roasts, you will begin to notice a trend. He is extremely skilled in the martial art of
Punching down.
punching down. Nearly every
Oh boy, we're gonna get into the leafy-ass type of criticism here. Alright, let's get it.
packing video is him.
But that is true, but I think Packgod, well, he's been punching down for a while now. He was, well, I mean, let me see, dude. So here, okay, so he's got a lot of views, right? But no, actually, I was gonna say it's not necessarily as much punching down as it was a long time ago, whenever he had like a couple 100,000 subscribers. But I think even then would actually be still punching down, because 100,000 subscribers against these people that don't really have a following, you would assume so.
Punching down. Nearly every packing video is him going after someone with a much smaller audience or are already an easy target. It is extremely easy to come up with insults for women. They don't even need to be good, they just need to be directed towards women. And the Sigma red pill toddlers will go, W's! Packgod W! L women! And the numbers agree with me, because if we look at Packgod's most popular videos, there is a lot of boobies. When he's not quoting incel manifestos, he loves to berate furries, TikTokers who are kind of annoying, and anyone under the age of 18.
Okay, yeah, I mean, if you're criticizing Packgod, sure, you could criticize it, but you gotta more so, like, go at the people that are clicking on these videos and stuff and giving it the views and watch time, and because that just makes Packgod push it more. Not that he has to keep on doing it, but it does make sense, like, why Packgod does these a lot, even though it might not be right. But that's just what's going on here.
You just got put in a pack. You can never go outside and show your face again.
I have not seen Packgod pack while IRL.
That was actually one of the worst violations ever. That was awful. Oh my god, how are you gonna let me say that about you and just say nothing?
Wow. You sure packed them real good. They really seem shaken up by this one. It really does nothing but give these pieces of shit a platform. Packgod versus EDP is cringe. Packgod versus Sniper Wolf is just sad. She's not even in the call. And Packgod versus Jack Doherty is just disappointing, because the actual interview section is really interesting. It's really nifty to see this piece of human garbage cope and seethe when valid criticisms are brought up against him.
I think that it would be unwise to promote gambling and OnlyFans.
Bro, I haven't even gotten a penny from this gambling deal yet, dog. Why are we still on this topic?
However, all of that is thrown in the trash the second Packgod devolves into his unhinged Reddit ramblings.
You feel like a stick of peanut brittle. Your girlfriend's love for you is artificial. You looking like Ralphie off the Magic School Bus, and I'm at school you like Mrs. Frizzle.
I will be taking back my respect, thank you. To Packgod, reputation matters most above all else. His reputation in the eyes of children, mind you.
Why do you think that is bad?
I don't care.
Are Packgod's videos real? Well, after all of my research, I have determined that yes, Packgod's videos are fake. Kinda. It's complicated. Because they're fake in the way that professional wrestling is fake, which is to say that the fight is prearranged and the moves are all scripted, and the winner is already decided. If you look in the description of any of his packing videos, you may come across a small little line buried right at the bottom that says, "This is not real bullying. This is made for entertainment purposes only."
Okay, I think he has that. Well, it might be true, but he probably likely has that because, if not, then yeah. I mean, if it was real bullying, then the videos will be getting taken down off of YouTube, and he'll be hit with like the community strikes. And that happened to him with I remember that happened to him with the iShowSpeed video because he was adding Team YouTube on Twitter/X and then saying that they were kind of like in on it, and it was just more so for entertainment. He wasn't really just like actually roasting without like Speed's consent or whatever. But yeah, it makes sense to have this just to kind of as a little disclaimer for YouTube and Team YouTube to not take down his video. But yeah, he kind of does need to have this.
Which is code for this video is fake. Which implies that the rest of his videos without this little disclaimer are actual bullying and not for entertainment.
Oh.
They are very serious. But this rule is incredibly inconsistent, because there are quite a few without this little disclaimer that are clearly prearranged setups. Packgod vs. Emo Girl promoting their Instagrams. Packgod vs. Emo Girl 2 promoting their e-dating Discord. Packgod vs. Cosplaying E-Girl promoting their TikTok. Her mom walked in promoting her YouTube. Packgod vs. Omegle Furry promoting his TikTok.
But are they paying him, or is it just like, or like he's just getting a video out of them, and behind the scenes he's just like, hey, let me roast the fuck out of you, or pack you, and then I'll put your links in the description, and hopefully that's all fine, and I guess they agree.
Packgod vs. Furry Discord promoting every single furry's TikTok. Packgod vs. Discord Mod and Discord Mod Tries to Sue Me both feature the same woman whose TikTok Packgod promotes in both videos. In Packgod vs. Discord Furry,
I don't really see a problem with that, really. I mean, yeah, it could probably be better if, like, at the beginning or the end of the video, Packgod says this was all for entertainment, whatever. But I mean, at least it's in the description, and I don't know. I just really wouldn't have a problem with it, unless it's like promoted like OF people that has, you know, that type of content, and then that being promoted to kids, that there could be a problem. But if it's just like promoting someone else's social media accounts, like their YouTuber, their TikTok account, is just like normal stuff. SFW, safe for work, then I don't know, I really wouldn't have a problem with it, really.
He really wants you to know that this is not real bullying and for entertainment purposes only, because he says it 3 separate times in the description, along with promoting the furry's TikTok. And I can only assume that is because there is a recording of the unedited Discord call in which Packgod is directing the furry in a way to make him look as bad as possible.
I don't know. I think, like I said, I think it's just so he won't get like strikes on YouTube, community guideline strike. But what is this over here? Overweight content. Packgod stages his video approved. So somebody was recording Packgod telling them what to do?
So basically, I'm going to start just roasting Jacob. That you slide in, right? And then I'm going to start talking to you and be like, bro, that shit is...
Okay, yeah. So this kind of like WWE thing. It's just like showing that, yeah, it's just like pre-planned and then for entertainment. I think that's fine. Just as long as Packgod doesn't actually try to pass off that everything is real, then it's fine, man. I think he has it in the description too. Yeah, again, like I don't really have a problem with this. I don't really have a problem with this in regards to Packgod.
Is not happening. And you start, and then while I'm saying, bro, there's no way. Then you start barking, right? And then I'm gonna get louder, and then you keep barking.
The way that the furry over here is just looking. I wonder if this guy's actually a furry, dude. Would he? It probably is like a real life furry, but it's just it's just kind of funny to see. They're looking at the screen.
You get it?
Got it.
So we can only assume that A,
Wait, what was that?
he's sending his...
Wait, what was this little
and then you keep
map over
barking.
here?
You get it?
Got it.
So we can...
Okay, let's see. Oh my god, dude, 2016. Okay, we got the Pokemon Go Kid, Leafy, Rice Gum, Packgod, Keemstar, Pyrocynical. I don't know what that is. And then the Transflag.
Can only assume that A, he is sending his army of rabid 12-year-olds to harass these random people, or B...
Sending, I don't know. He just has them in the description just kind of like to give him credit. And that's probably what those people that are getting packed wanted. They just want like, there's social media links in the description. I don't think Packgod is necessarily fully sending it out on purpose, but it probably is happening. Like, they're getting harassers, but I don't think that Packgod is maliciously, purposefully sending hate to these guys. It just has their links in the description because that's probably what they wanted in order to do the collab.
It is staged, and his victims are using this as a way of self-promoting.
Okay, well, yeah, that's what I just said before I unpaused, but yeah, basically that.
Either way, it's incredibly embarrassing.
They're just making content at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, it's just like kind of like WWE's Dream SMP-esque type of thing. It's just like all planned out, and it's fine, dude, as long as nobody's really getting hurt, really. Maybe you could make the argument that like the furry community would be getting hurt because it kind of paints them more into a negative light where Packgod's just roasting them, but I don't think people are taking it that seriously. But you know, you're of course gonna have a couple of bad apples, but I don't know. Again, like me personally, I don't really have a problem with what Packgod is doing there.
No, Pack, you did not just find their social media.
Okay, those over here, found her YouTube if interested. I found the IG of the Ice Spice girl. I found all the furry sister. I found her TikTok. Okay, yeah, that I agree with Flazefire here. Yeah, just lying like that. If these are lies, which I'm assuming that they are. Yeah, lying like that is just not the way to go, Packgod. Just say this is their social media, and you'll be fine. Just don't act like as if you actually found their thing after you roasted them or whatever. Yeah, don't need to lie to your viewers.
They told it to you. But then this may lead you to ask, why?
Views.
What is the purpose in staging a roasting video? It's all about perception. The audience he has cultivated is ravenous and toxic, and they demand this type of content. But if it were real, the victim would leave the call because they have better things to do. It's all elaborate theater designed to sell the illusion that Packgod is a threatening force that you should not mess with. And if you watch him, by extension, you are just as cool and epic as he is. I joined Packgod's Discord, sat myself in a call, and issued a public challenge.
I want you, but not in a weird way. But I need you, Packgod. I need you here right now.
To give him ample time to respond, I waited an hour and a half, and just in case he didn't get my first message, I spammed him the entire time.
Packgod. Packgod, please come pack me.
Now, given that he has no problem punching down, I assume that he would immediately join and begin the dissection of my entire existence. This did not happen. He didn't show up. Unlike his videos may claim, he is not packing random people that call him out. Packgod is not packing anyone without first having all the advantages. He is the one that chooses the targets. When he hops on Omegle and roasts random people, they aren't prepared for it. He makes diss tracks on people that don't know he exists. When he harasses people on Discord, they already know it's coming because he's asked them to do it.
Autumn, let's just end the video. Autumn, just start be like, fuck this shit, and then just dip out the VC or something. I don't know.
Shit, bro.
Bro, he lived! Oh my god, he lived!
And yet somehow, he still legitimately sees himself as an epic Sigma. His entire persona is that of an anime man with red glowing eyes and flames all around him, shrouded in darkness, which I find to be extremely ironic considering the character he uses to represent himself is that of King from One Punch Man, a character that in the story everyone thinks is really cool and awesome, but in reality is a total fraud.
I'm just an unemployed 29-year-old otaku loser!
You cannot portray yourself as a Sigma Fonk, untouchable rap god, while at the same time producing rap songs sponsored by Opera GX.
Alright, yeah, that's a bit cringe.
Your forefathers look upon your actions and feel no rage, no sadness, only shame. If all it takes to have you breaking from your Packsona is to be called 5'1" by a 40-year-old degenerate.
Alright, Packgod?
Yo, what's going on, guys? Packgod, or people also know me as Derek Whitehead. Point guard for Duke, 6'9", and I could dunk on low tier god because he's my little bitch.
I heard you were 5'1", bro.
I don't know where you got that information from, but I think you're horribly mistaken.
Somebody said he was 5'1". Is that true?
No, I already told you how tall I am, bro.
Let me look this
Wait, how
dude
tall
up.
is he then?
Alright, bro, chill with the me running, yo. Let's just get into it, alright?
You lose any and all aura you pretend to have. Packgod may see himself as a god of roasting, but I see through you.
In that Packgod response, you better show like how tall he is, dude. Because 5'1" is wild, man. No height shame, but it's just like is it true?
You are god to nothing but middle schoolers. You are the lord of corny.
All right, man. That was actually, oh, dude, that was a solid video by Flazefire. Okay, but now going into the comments from @Packgod. The actual...
Yo, what is going...
Yeah, the actual one, 5.19 million subscribers. Here, he dropped a comment and it got pinned by Flazefire. So Packgod here said, "This was actually a very funny video and I admit I laughed several times. However, just to clear some stuff. One, the reason why I had to put the social media ads of people in the description is because I have to get people's consent to post the videos. And a lot of the time, the only way they will allow it is if I plug them. I've had times where I make whole videos and just can't upload because the person won't let me or threaten to sue, etc. Can they sue? Also, why I upload so rarely? Because it takes forever to actually get a usable video. A lot of my videos, however, are just pulled directly from a live stream. Sneeko, I Show Speed. Yeah, the Speed one, I think that one was from Speedstream. Battle of the Wolf, EDP, Speed McQueen, etc. This stuff all happens live. I have no time for preparation. 2. The incident with LTG was all a joke. Look to your guy, so when he called him 5-1. We've been friends for a while. Basically, Jiren got us in a live stream and had us make a skit together. If you look at the actual video of the stream, you can see that. I'm not actually 5'1" or 5'10". It is crazy to see how much hate you can get for being short, though. Like, what the fuck? He puts a like laughing crying emoji. Bro here said 5'10", and that LTG thing was a joke. Okay. 3. Packing overall is meant to be corny. The whole comedy is in how stupid it is. I purposely picked King as my profile picture and made my name Packgod as an ironic joke. Trust me when I say I don't actually think I'm some sort of rose god or that these packs are genuinely career-ending roasts. This was a very good video though with great editing and I appreciate the honest criticism. Yeah, okay, yeah, see, so Packgod defending himself there. I didn't think that, yeah, again, I don't really take Packgod's content too serious, or what he says too serious. It's just like dumb little roast for, you know, an audience. So I was kind of surprised when I seen that like we had like a whole content cop-esque video just kind of going at him. This video they kind of dig at him, but you know, there's still some like noteworthy criticisms there. But Flazefire here responded to him. Well, he hearted the comments, Packgod's comments, and then Flazefire, what did he say here? What did he say? Comment saying, "Dang, shut your bitch ass up. What's your excuse for the referee video being staged? Entertainment." Oh, and Packgod actually responded to it. At Thunderbolt 95, there's no excuse. That video was a planned collaboration. I've said it many times. Basically, he wanted me to roast him. I said yes, and I was trying to make a funny video. The actual roasts were all real, and he is actually an annoying furry. I wasn't trying to hide anything. If I was, why would I let a ton of random people sit in the call recording what was happening? Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like, you know, you had all those people recording. Probably not gonna like trust every single one of them. So, yeah. But in the video, why does he have them all there? I don't know. I haven't watched the video, but let's look for the Flazefire comment. Okay, here it is. Pin of differing perspectives and explanations. Pin of differing perspectives and explanations. Okay, he edited it, and then Flazefire dropped a heart on the comment here that said, "Packgod, respect to him. He responded to a criticism video of him. All YouTubers don't do that." Yeah, W Packgod for that, and he kept it cool. He wasn't like, of course, he was like defensive of himself, but he wasn't like maliciously defensive where he just like starts attacking the criticizer or anything, or he just starts making up a bunch of lies or excuses. Alright, but yeah, still a good video. But yeah, at some points I did not call out any criticisms, but I just like kind of wasn't defensive Packgod at some points where I don't really see Packgod as this big evil malicious person. Maybe the channel could be seen, I don't know if it could be seen, maybe the channel is toxic and can harbor like a toxic environment there. That's a solid criticism to have, and Flazefire did kind of call it to that point. But yeah, aside from that, like I don't really have a problem with Packgod's content really. I don't watch it, like I said, but like from clips I've seen and stuff, pretty funny, man. But I mean, that's just me. Like I like roasts and everything. All right, but then here Packgod did end up responding to that video. So just 2 days ago on his Packgod TV channel, he uploaded the truth about Packgod. It's a 13.5-minute long video. So let's see what he's got. Thumbnail says 5'1", fake videos, 35 years old, corny, 21K likes. So a lot of support. It seems like. Obviously we can't see the dislikes. We cannot see the dislikes, but that's a lot of likes. 21K likes for the 241K views. Like about 1 in 10 people like the video.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are having an absolutely blessed day, and if not, I do really hope it starts to get better.
Okay, it starts off kind of like stereotypical nice YouTuber, as wholesome YouTuber type of intro. I don't think I would start off a video like this in response to a video like that, but you know, he's just starting off on the positive vibes.
I am coming to you today with a bit of a different video because over the last couple of weeks, it seems as though my content and channel has become a very debated hot topic online.
Wait, hold up. More videos were uploaded, or no? It's just people reacting to the main video. Yeah. So reaction right here. It's the same thumbnail. Reaction right here. Sketchy and cringe. Probably just like a recap of this video. How one video ruined Packgod's reputation. Talking about that video, I would assume.
And I wanted to just take this as an opportunity to, set the record straight and hopefully answer a lot of these questions. So today I've gathered the most commonly asked questions from my Discord message requests that I could find, and I will now answer them all for you to my best ability. Let's get right into it. Packgod, are you actually 5'1"? And is low tier god actually your sworn enemy? All right, guys, this is a great question. First, I'm sorry to ruin the meme, but no, I am not actually 5'1". I am 5'10", and low tier god is in fact not really my enemy. In fact, we never actually had any beef in the first place.
Dude, the way it was acted out there, like with low tier god's seriousness in the face, and just kind of like calling out Packgod here, and then Packgod's silence and not responding, and it just kind of sounding nervous. Dude, it was like really well acted, I'm not gonna lie.
So the viral clip that's actually going around with me and Low Tier God wasn't some sort of like roasting battle thing that we set up. It was actually from a collaboration we did with Gideon on a video he was making called Guess the Black Person on Discord. And we were literally just joking around together. If you saw the full context of the clip, the reason why he even says I'm 5'1" is because before that I had joked that I was 6'11" and the point guard of the Duke basketball team. So that's why he had shot that out there.
Point guard for Duke, 6'9", and I could dunk on Low Tier God.
I heard you were 5'1", bro.
But no, guys, me and Low Tier God are not enemies. We never were. There was never any actual beef. And unfortunately, I'm not actually 5'1". But keep that meme alive because it's massive. Why were you telling the furry what to do in the video Packgod versus furry? All right, another great question. I've already answered this question a lot of times in the past, but I'm glad I actually have the opportunity to now do it here for you guys. So specifically what happened was there was this guy who was a furry and he was shit-talking me on TikTok, and he had called me out to roast him, basically saying like, yeah, dude, I'm down to collab. Let's make a video. Like, I really want to get roasted by you. We got into a Discord call, and basically he was just like, I just want to make like the funniest video possible. Like, I don't even care that much about getting roasted. Like, I'm a furry, but like, I'm chill. And I was like, all right, bet. Like, let's just do that. So I was like, we're just going to make the most entertaining video possible. And at first he was very awkward on camera. Like, he didn't really know at all what to say or do. So I was kind of just helping him understand pretty much like the best way to get roasted. And I had mentioned this several times in the past, everywhere in the video description, that this specific call was set up. However, all the roasting that happened was completely authentic. That was all just me like live, rapid fire going, looking at him and going. But yeah, guys, it's never been my desire to hide anything about this video. It was always just made for entertainment purposes. Hence why legit, when we recorded this video, there was like 30 random people in the call recording everything that was happening. I'm not trying to hide anything, and I've always been transparent about this. Packgod, what are your thoughts on Flazefire's video? Once again, great question, because I have been asked a ton about this video recently, so let me just get right into it. First off, let me say, I respect Flazefire. He makes genuinely very good YouTube videos. And cool enough, we were actually able to get into a call and talk some shit out afterwards. And overall, guys, here are some of the major takeaways. One, entertainment is obviously subjective. Some people can really enjoy something while some people can just hate it. And that's just the case for everything. As shown in this clip of our call here.
Yeah, the main thing is, like, I have absolutely no issues with you, like, as a person, but the character of Packgod, like I said, when I was talking to you, just fills me with a soylent rage, just an absolute soy boy rage.
Okay, may I ask how old you are, Flaze?
Yes, I am 24.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to see the issue here.
This is definitely not stuff engineered for 24-year-olds.
And it's definitely not. It's the main thing is, like, it's unfortunate that you got involved in the crosshairs. Like, you are the vehicle through which my soylent rage flows. But it's your fan base is the one I take the most issue with. Just the sheer amount of at Packgod, humble him.
Flazefire is a 24-year-old man who finds Discord roasting videos to be cringe, and nothing about that sentence surprises me in any way. It's his opinion. I respect it. If you want to say that I'm corny or that like Discord packing is corny, like go for it, because it definitely can be corny. Like, I 100% agree with that. Like I said, the reason why I even started doing Discord packing is because I just found it so hilarious how stupid it was, right? So yeah, so I'm not going to fault anybody for having this opinion. The only issue that I had with his video, and I had brought this up to him after in the call, was that some of the stuff he had stated in the video was just simply inaccurate. And I'll just show this clip here.
That is the only issue I do have with your video. There's just like a lot of kind of like, or not a lot, but like there's generalizations that you make and almost kind of pitch it as fact when it's just like
their thing you're saying that's just not true. Like, you could say, like, okay, Packgod's corny, like, this is the fucking shit roast. Like, that's all 100% fine, because that's just your opinion, right? Like, I can never fault someone for having an opinion. Anybody can say my shit's fucking corny and ass, fine, that's fine. But there are just some things where, like, yes, Packgod just stages every video. They're all fake. Like, when it's just...
I don't think he said, like, every single video was fake. He kind of hinted as, like, the ones that didn't have that under in the description. I think he kind of... I get the feeling that Flazefire gave that hint that, like, those videos were real, but they were like actual. But then that would mean that they were actual bullying, and then that in itself is kind of like a problem too. But I don't think he called, like, every video fake. I don't think he did.
Not true. And, like, I literally, and what you don't see behind the scenes is, like, for every, like, one video I make, there's like 30 videos that I record that I can't make because someone mutes me, because someone leaves the call, because someone blocks me, because I'm trying to get an actual authentic reaction. That's why I only uploaded like 7 videos this year. Because
wait, in 2024, or I think he's talking about 2024. No, I thought that he didn't upload that much because it's just like he goes for like higher quality editing and all that stuff.
It's that hard for me to actually get that video. If I were to make a whole scripted thing where every single word and every single thing's pre-planned, it would be awful. It would not be entertaining at all. It would be completely obvious that it was scripted. The reason that my videos like are actually entertaining is because it's an actual real interaction. There's actual real emotions. People are really talking and feeling things. And that's just the one thing where it's just like I just wanted to clear that up, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And I do respect that then. I'm glad I learned that information now.
I like the silliness between them here. There's like no bad blood. It's just like each explaining their own points. This is how conversation should go, man. Also like how Packgod's what is that profile picture? It's like a bat, but like a cat in there. It looks pretty funny.
I do wish I would have reached out beforehand then if you were to answer it, but I had no way of knowing that at the time. So I did make some generalizations in that, just based on the evidence that I could find in the description and the video, like pre-recording of the call with the furry.
So yeah, it seems like he made some presumptions about my channel that just really aren't necessarily true, such as like because the fact that in like 20% of my YouTube videos descriptions, the people that I'm roasting, their social media links are there. That must mean that either A, all my videos are completely fake, or B, I'm trying to send a hate wave towards them to ruin their lives. Those are both just completely incorrect. What happens, guys, is that a lot of times people either A, just after the fact come to me and they're like, hey, like, can you just plug my social medias in the videos? And I'm like, sure. Or B, they're like,
just don't say that like you found their social media links if it's not true at all.
Like, the only way I'm...
Because even if you say like, hey, I found their social media, when you say that, it kind of does sound like as if he's like, hey guys, look, I found the emo girl's social media handles. Here it is. And it kind of seems like as if you're like sending people to harass their actual social medias. So I guess just like throw out the I found part in the description.
I'm cool with this video even staying up is if you put my social medias in the descriptions. So that's why like I even do that in the first place. I'm not trying to send a hate wave towards anybody, and I haven't actually put anybody's social media in the description of a video that they themselves have not wanted it to be there. And what you guys don't see is that a lot of times I have to actually scrap entire videos because the people that I'm roasting just literally refuse to let me post them, or they like threaten me. Hence why I upload on my channel so rarely, because it is really hard to find an actual interaction where everything goes right, where they don't block me, where they don't server mute me, where I don't just get kicked from the call, where they don't threaten me if I post the video. And what you guys don't see is that like for every 50 videos I attempt to make, I have like one video that's like actually good to use. And that is why I upload so rarely, because these interactions can be very hard to capture. And then,
hey man, quality over quantity.
And also,
it's working out for you. Doing good.
A large percentage of my videos, such as I Show Speed, Ooh Cute Single, Speed McQueen, Bella the Wolf, EDP, Sneeko, and a lot of the other videos that I've made were all literally just recorded on a live stream in front of thousands of people, and then I just re-uploaded the live stream on my channel. These videos all happen live in front of a ginormous audience, such as like for that I Show Speed video, the context of the video literally was I was sleeping in my bed. I got a call from one of my friends yelling at me like, yo dude, I Show Speed is on stream right now and he wants you to roast him. He wants you to roast him. I shoot out of bed, I grab my laptop, I'm literally standing in the middle of the room holding my laptop. I join the call on live stream, and that's just it, and I just roast him live on that stream, and then I just re-uploaded the stream right to my YouTube channel. That's literally all that happened. No setup, no pre-planning, it's just me roasting him, and that's it. And as you saw in that clip with Flazefire, he just simply didn't understand a lot of these things because he just never asked me. But overall, guys, me and Flaze are cool now. He's a very talented YouTuber, and going forward, I wish him nothing but the best. And also, guys, please remember that, like, if you don't like the content I make, just don't watch it. Just don't. Packgod, what are your thoughts on Coco Crazy's video about how your reputation is permanently ruined? So yeah, so I watched this whole video, and I will say once again that I'm all for people sharing their opinions about me. However, this video was kind of a mess, mostly because the girl who made it pretty much just made up a bunch of false information about me. The video was discussing the reasons how I apparently ruined my reputation permanently. And two of the main arguments that were used were, one, that I'm 5'1", which, as I've stated, isn't even true. But the other central argument of this video was that Speed McQueen ended my career by exposing the fact that I am 35 years old. This has to be one of the most uneducated, awful takes I've ever heard in my entire life. And the fact that this was like the crux argument.
How would that even be career ruining? Packgod doesn't go off of like being this popular just because he's like young or something. Or like super young, 20s, teens. He's just, but bro's just packing apparently. Bro's just packing.
This video.
Pause. Packing in terms of roasting.
Is like actually baffling to me. First off, Coco states that I had tried to expose Speed McQueen, and then after that fact, he made a YouTube short about me where he called me 35, and because I never responded to his YouTube short, that means that he came out on top and my reputation is forever ruined. First off, he made that YouTube short about me before I ever even talked to him. He made that YouTube short about me, then I got into a Discord live stream with him on a call, where I not only disproved everything that Speed had said, being that I'm not actually 35, I'm 22 years old, but also that call was an absolute disaster for Speed, if you actually took the time to watch it. Alright guys, so thanks for sticking with me.
Channel?
Those were pretty much the main questions that I've been asked. Hopefully I've answered them for you. If you've got any more questions for me, feel free to put them down in the comments below. And I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day. Peace.
It's got like the stereotypical, again, like the way that this intro was kind of like the stereotypical happy-go-lucky YouTuber. The way it ends too, it's just funny that it's coming from like Packgod and stuff. Alright, but yeah, that was the Packgod and Flazefire situation. It was like a kind of like a content cop-ass type of moment here. But yeah, man, just conclusion, I guess, in terms of what I think. Flazefire, such a good YouTube video. If he makes other like investigations like that into other YouTubers, I'll be dropping a sub. But as for Packgod here, like, I still like Packgod. Yeah, nothing, my opinion on him hasn't really changed. I mean, I always found the dude just kind of like entertaining. Also the diss tracks, I like the diss tracks he drops. And the way he addressed the whole situation here, pretty mature. So, you know, W for him there.